Om. Om. गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ त्वेदमभ्रन्निविशते ॐ go down please ॐ क्वेदमभ्रन्निविशते वाय. Oh, sorry, did we finish the eighth Anvakam already? No, we didn't finish eighth Anvakam.
No,
No.
not yet.
Can you go
It's not.
to Kvedamabhranivishate?
Okay.
Om Kvedamabhranivishate क्वायगुं संवत्सरो मिथः क्वाहः क्वेयं देवरात्रि क्वमासा रतवश्रिताः अर्धमासा मुहूर्ताः निमेषास्त्रुटिभिः सह क्वेमा आपो निविशन्ते यदीतो यान्ति सम्प्रति काला अप्सु निविशन्ते आपः सूर्ये समाहिताः अभ्राण्यपः प्रपद्यन्ते विद्युत् सूर्ये समाहिता अनवर्णे इमे भूमि इयं चासौ चरोदसी दिग्स्विदत्रान्तरा भूतम् येने मे विधृते उभे विष्णुना विधृते भूमि इति वत्सस्य वेदना इरावती धेनुमतिः भूतम् सूयवसिनी मनुषे दशस्ये व्यष्टभ्राद्रोदसी विष्णवेते दाधर्ध पृथिवीमभितो मयूखैः किन्तद्विष्णोर्बलमाहुः कादीप्तिः किं परायणम् एको यद्धारयद्देवः रेजतीरोदसी उभे वाताद्विष्णोर्बलमाहुः अक्षराद्दीप्तिरुच्यते त्रिपदाद्धारयद्देवः यद्विष्णोरेकमुत्तमम् अग्नयो वायवश्चैव एतदस्य परायणम् पृच्छामि त्वापरं मृत्युम् अवमं मध्यमञ्चतुम् लोकं च पुण्यपापानाम् एतत् पृच्छामि सम्प्रति अमुमाहुः परं मृत्युम् पवमानन्तु मध्यमम् अग्निरेवावमो मृत्युः चन्द्रमा अनाभोगाः परं मृत्युम् पापाः संयन्ति सर्वदा आभोगास्त्वेव संयन्ति यत्र पुण्यकृतो जनाः ततो मध्यममायन्ति चतुमग्निं च सम्प्रति पृच्छामि त्वा पापकृतः यत्र यातयते यमः त्वान्नस्तद्ब्रह्मन् प्रब्रूहि यदि वेत्थासतो गृहान् कश्यपादुदिताः सूर्याः पापान्निर्घ्नन्ति सर्वदा रोदस्योरन्तर्देशेषु तत्र न्यस्यन्ते वासवैः ते शरीराः प्रपद्यन्ते यथा पुण्यस्य कर्मणः अपाण्यप अपाण्यपादके शासः तत्र ते योनिजा जनाः मृत्वा पुनर्मृत्युमापद्यन्ते अद्यमाना स्वकर्मभिः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om Sri Sai Ram, offering our collective love at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri 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 Satya Sai Baba Varu. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram.
Hi, Ram.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Let us all be together. Let us all be nourished together. Let us all work together with great vigor. May our studies shine and illumine our intellects. May we not hate or contradict each other. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. The mantras that we're studying are from Aruna Prashna, Anuvakam number 8. And this particular Anuvakam deals with two main aspects. One is about gravity, and the other is about time, time as understood as end of time, which is death. And this last class, we studied the mantras related to the four different types of death. The first one is natural death, death that happens naturally, and death that happens according to the results of the actions that are stored, and that death is natural death. Accordingly, people will either go to places, this according to their sins or merits or virtuous or unvirtuous actions. So, this mantra 31, as we studied last week, very beautifully explains what are the difference anabhoga paramrityum papas sanyanti sarvada abhogastveva sanyanti yatra punyakruto jana. Those that commit unvirtuous actions not prescribed per a harmonious or a living in human values, those who lead their lives without human values, that is what is unvirtuous life. So those unvirtue actions or sins, what do they result in? They result in death without the experience of the self, anabhoga. And the life filled with virtues will lead to abhoga, with the experience of the self. So the one who is doing actions in self-awareness and the one who has no self-awareness or has self-awareness, everybody has self-awareness, but they don't pay attention to it. Huh? You understand? So it's very beautifully said that a coward dies every single second. A coward keeps dying, and the courageous dies only once. If you are courageous, you die only once. If you are a coward, you will die over and over and over again. How will you die over and over again? A coward is the one who doesn't pay attention to their own self conscience. Every single person has this thing called conscience, and that is always telling, that's always telling you, hey, this is the right thought, this is the right word, this is the right action. It is always telling you. Sometimes it may tell you later, but if you are lucky enough, it will tell you before you speak or before you act or before you think. The whole aspect of spiritual training is to train this conscience to be awake before you think, before you speak, before you act. That's why it's called afterthought. And that is entirely the process of spiritual life and awakening. All these things that we do, whether it is the rituals, whether it is the dana, all the charity, everything that you name, they are all about this awakening, this conscience that will work before you think, before you speak, before you act. So therefore, these people, the non-virtuous, they also have a conscience, but what they do is they keep on silencing that conscience by their own ego, and their ego will silence this conscience. They know they did a mistake, but then what they will do? It's okay. They justify. That's the Mahishasura. That is the Mahishasura. And what will that ego do? It will keep on changing its form. It will manifest as something else. It will manifest as something else. And then, in order to cover this thing, what they will do, they will find an escape route to do something else. Hello, you are. I hope I am not because simply telling the mantra, you will not understand why do the sinners, why, what is this apamrityu, what is this mrityu, what is all this to do with my way of living? If we do not have all these mantras are about our own practical way of living. They're nothing to do with another thing called God. Forget about that concept. You are not pleasing any God by chanting these mantras. I will assure you. Because God would neither be pleased or displeased because you chant some mantra for him. Hello. Yeah, you understand? If God exists because he wants to feel happy, you are chanting Aruna Prishna every day or Rudram every day, you are foolish. God doesn't care for that. What he truly cares for is what are you doing with this mantra learning business? How is this helping you raise your awareness, our awareness? When I say you, not just you, includes the speaker as well. So, therefore, the understanding the death, the only certainty, because everything that is born has to die. Everything that is born has to die. It is the fundamental law of nature. If you think otherwise, some stupid people, some cult in Punjab, they had a guru, and that guru died with a heart attack. Then they put him in a freezer box for 2 years, singing for him, Utho ji, Utho ji, Utho ji, get up, get up, get up. What kind of stupid cults are going around these gurus? Arey, what stupid guru's body died. And that stupid guru generated so many other stupid people who think that the dead body will come back because they pray. Oh my God. Anyway, that is the level of ignorance. Fortunately, we are not associated. This body is not associated with such type of gurus who sell mantras and collect money as Guru Dakshina. They will do Shakti path, this path, that path, Pada Puja, this kind of nonsense. Throw all of this and just be focused on what is this Guru's essence. And that Guru's essence is only one purpose, to prepare you properly for the time of death. And therefore, what how you come to this apamrityu really means, untimely death means, you never complete with your thought process. That is apamrityu. You died with some baggage. That is apamrityu. Because you died with this baggage, until that baggage is over, you have to keep coming back and back and back until you finish what all is in that baggage. So, how can you live without baggage? How can you live without baggage every day? How can you live without baggage? Because then what will happen when you get up in the morning? You are fully awake. You are not carrying the baggage from the previous day. Hello. When you get up in the morning with baggage of the previous day, then there is more load. You set up alarm at 5:30, but automatically you hit the snooze button because the baggage won't allow you to wake up on time. Ah, then you sing, remind me, my Lord, remind me, my Lord, who I am. He's alarm clock for you. Huh? Remind me, my Lord. He's not an alarm clock. You will get up even without an alarm clock when you go to bed every day without baggage. So to clear this baggage is the purpose. And when you left with the baggage, it's called mrutva punar mrutyumapadyante adyamana swakarmabhihi. That is where the mantra left. What is it saying? Mrutva punaha mrutyum apadyante. They will die and they will reach death again. That means they keep on, you will keep on, you are born and you die, you are born and you die. And this birth and death, what kind of ashatika krimaya iva? Okay, let's go to the next mantra that is talking about the next aspect of ashatika Krimaya Iva. Please say the mantra.
Ashatikah Krimaya Iva.
Tatah Puyante Vasavaih.
Tataf Puyante Vasavaihi.
Apaitam Mrityunjayati.
Apaitam Mrityunjayati.
Ya Evam Veda.
Ya evam Veda.
Right. Ashatika Krimaya Eva.
Ashatikah Krimaya Iva. Ashatikah Krimaya Iva.
Tatah Puyante Vasavaih.
Tataf Puyante Vasavaihi. Tataf Puyante Vasavaihi.
Apaitam Mrityunjayati.
Apaitam Mrityunjayati. Apaitam Mrityunjayati.
Ya Evam Veda.
Ya evam Veda. Ya evam Veda.
Ya Evam Veda. That's how you start. This is all you should contemplate upon. You see, this Ya Evam Veda comes in two. Oh, I have to chant the four lines again. Ashatika Krimaya Eva Tatah Puyante Vasavaihe Apaitam Mrityunjayati Ya Evam Veda.
Ashatikah Krimaya Iva. Tataf Puyante Vasavaihi. Apaitam Mrityunjayati. Ya evam Veda.
Yaha Evam Veda. This comes in two flavors as the swara. The first one is the Evam is the Anudatam. The A is the Anudata. Ya Evam Veda. The Veda ends up as the Swaritam. The second one is Ya Evam Veda, where the Swaritam is on the Evam and the Veda is on the the difference between the two in the Vedic text, generally speaking, is one is a way of life, the other is internalization of a supreme teaching. That's the difference between the two. So whenever this kind of secrets nobody will tell you because they haven't put so much of effort into understanding why is the swaram like this. Why the Evam Veda should one time it should go up, the other side it should come down. Why? Because this is contemplation. Evam Veda. Contemplate on this in your awareness. Contemplate what in your awareness? Ashatikah Krimayah Iva Tatah Puyante Vasavaih. So these people that are coming and going back, and these people meaning those that commit these unvirtuous actions and they come back over and over and over again. How will they come back over and over and over again? Sometimes just, they come back as Krimaya Eva, as insects, as mosquitoes, as bugs. They'll come back in those forms. Why will they come back in those forms? Because all those, if you look at it, how the mosquitoes are born, how the insects are born, how these bugs are born, they come from organic waste matter. How do they come from organic waste matter? Because of the sun's rays. Because of the sun's rays. And when the sun's rays allow them, these maggots and bugs and all of that stuff, the sun's rays themselves will also kill them. Very simple. You go to Guntur, in summertime there are no mosquitoes. In winter time there are a lot of mosquitoes. Why? Because sun's heat eliminates most of those mosquitoes, especially Guntur. So what will happen? That is what they're saying. Tatah puyante vasavaihe. Tataha puyante vasavaihe. There, vasavaih means the sun's rays. These insects, etc., as sinners, puyante, they'll be tortured. Vasavaih, by the sun's rays. Now, how will they come and keep on coming and going, keep on coming, going, keep on coming, going? Because their lifespans are very less. If you're born as an E. coli, your lifespan is, if you're born as a Drosophila, as an insect, we're talking insects, the fruit fly, it's called fruit fly. Your lifespan is roughly 20 minutes. Okay? Then what will happen? So you're a very reduced lifespan. You will die and you'll come back again. You'll die, you'll come back again. You keep on coming and going, keep on coming, and you will never reach. That's the reason why out of 8.4 million species, the human life is the most auspicious and the precious one, because here you have enough runway and time to realize yourself, packed with the proper viveka and vairagya, discrimination and viveka, discrimination, vairagya, dispassion or detachment. Now, this context of what we are speaking as in awareness, evam veda, apa etam mrutyunjayati. Etam apamrutyum jayati. Etam apamrutyum jayati. That's the syntax of that sentence. And what are we talking about? Apamrityu. This is the one who contemplates on this. Saha, that individual. Jayati, will conquer etam, this apamrityu, death that leads to lower forms of life that will keep coming and going and keep on coming and going. So whenever there is evam veda, or iti comes, or tasyaisha bhavati comes, or teshamesha bhavati comes, then I was telling in the practice session where all those things come and how those come and how do you understand it. So the one who becomes aware of the consequences of their non-virtuous actions and how those non-virtuous actions leads to birth as the lower, the one who is contemplating on the consequences of their non-virtuous thoughts, words, and deeds, then what will they do? They will become aware and try to avoid those things, to be born as a lower one with repeated cycles of birth and death. So, what happens to you when you are in that state of mind? Huh? What happens to you in that state of mind? So that is what the next mantra will take us to. So the whole point about this mantras talking about the death is to tune you into that state of mind that will conquer This coming back over and over again. Punarapi maranam, punarapi jananam, punarapi janani, jathare shayanam, iha samsare, khalu dustare, krupaya pare, pahi murare. Then what will you do with your mind? What will you do with your actions? What will be your state of mind? That is what next set of mantras will be laying out. Sakhalvaivam vid brahmanaha
Sakhalvaivam vid brahmanaha
dirghashruttamo bhavati
dirghashruttamo bhavati
kasya pashyatidhi siddhagamanas siddhagamanaha
kashyap kasyapas kashyapasyaतिथिः सिद्धगमनः सिद्धा गमनः
siddhagamanaha
सिद्धागमनः
Sakhalvaivam ved brahmanaha
सकल्वैवं विद्ब्राह्मणः सकल्वैवं विद्ब्राह्मणः
dirghashruttamo bhavati
दीर्घश्रुतमो भवति दीर्घश्रुतमो भवति
kasya pasyatidhi siddhagamana siddhagamanaha
कश्यपस्यातिथिः सिद्धगमनः सिद्धा. My breath. One more time. Sorry. Sorry.
kasya pasyatidhi siddhagasam kasya pasyatidhi siddhagamana siddhagamanaha
कश्यपस्यातिथिः सिद्धगमनः सिद्धागमनः कश्यपस्यातिथिः सिद्धगमनः सिद्धागमनः
सकल्वैवं वेद्ब्राह्मणः दीर्घश्रुतमो भवति कस्य पश्यातिथिः सिद्धगमनः सिद्धागमनः
सकल्वैवं विद्ब्राह्मणः दीर्घश्रुतमो भवति कश्यपस्यातिथिः सिद्धगमनः सिद्धागमनः.
Good. So the words underneath are Khalu evam with Saha is we already covered in the last one. Saha syntax get into the one who becomes aware will conquer apamrityu. Apamrityu means what we they are calling as untimely death is also associated with very lower lifespan, untimely death. If you are a mosquito, somebody hits like that, you are untimely death only. No. Okay. If you are a fly, if it's all untimely deaths only. Untimely death is also associated with the one who did not have enough lifespan. Accidents and things of such are called apamrityu. The one who understands that what non-virtuous actions will lead to lower forms of life will become what? He'll become aware. That's what we left. So therefore, when you become aware, what will happen? When you become aware, saha khalu. Uh, Sakhal, what is that? Khalu evam vitu. That is the khalu evam vitu. Sakhalu. That is, there is a mistake there. That rvam vitu is incorrect. Sakhalu evam evam vitu. Okay, somebody has to. Chandrasekhara, note down that it should
Hi,
it
sure.
should be evam, two words. Saha khalu evam with brahmanaha. Khalu evam with, knowing about this, saha brahmanaha, that one who is the brahmana, the one who is close to the Brahman, what will happen to him? Dirghashruttamo bhavati. Dirghashruttamaha bhavati. So he with means understands or knows about this. Indeed, khalu brahmanaha, such a person or that Brahmin will become dirghashruttamaha. Arey, what is this dirghashruttama, sir? Huh? Tama means superior, highest. Dirgha means long. Shruti means listening. That Brahmin indeed will turn into the one who understands this. Not only becomes a true Brahmin, but then he will also become a supreme, long listener. Ah, this is loaded mantra. Dirghashruttamo bhavati. So when you have become when you have become aware what your actions will lead into, lower forms of death, lower forms of life that will keep coming and going, what will you become? You will become a supreme, long listener. Ah, this mantra can be interpreted in so many ways. It's a very beautiful mantra. Dirghashruttamo bhavati. Dirghashruttamo bhavati means what will you listen to for a longest period of time, that which is supreme. What is that you are listening to all the time? Ask these questions. Huh? What is it that you have to listen to all the time? Definitely not WIFE. That is very important in life. What will you listen to? Chandrasekhar Hari, what will you listen to? This mantra is saying the one who becomes aware that unvirtuous actions will lead to lower forms of life that will keep on coming and going. The moment you become aware of that, you turn into a supreme, long listener. We'll focus on that maybe after the class because otherwise I wouldn't complete this mantra. So that person will turn into not only a deep, long listener. There are two things, satara, tama. There's a good, better, best. Like there are three things, superlative degrees. Tara is better, tama is best. So tama, dirgha, this shruttamaha, shruti. Dirgha shruttama has three words in it. Dirgha, shruti, shruti tamaha. So the Brahmin, that Brahmin, or that person who is this deep, supreme, long listener, he will be able to have the power, the siddha, kasyapasya, atithihi, siddha, gamanaha, siddha, agamanaha. So we have to separate those words in the Padapata. Kasyapasya, atithihi. He will become a guest, atithihi, to Kashyapa. He will turn into a guest to Kashyapa. Siddha. Siddha means he will have the capability or the ability to not only be a guest of, when you are a guest, what you have a free ticket. You can go there and you can also come back from there. If you are a guest for somebody, if you are a guest forever for somebody, then what will happen? You can go knock on the door, go into their house, have their, atidhyam, and also return guest. So that person will be a guest for Kashyapa, and he will have the ability to go to Kashyapa and come back from Kashyapa. Yo, free ticket, guest ticket, guest of honor for Kashyapa. Who will have the guest of honor for Kashyapa? Dirghashruttamaha. The one, that Brahman, that Brahmin, who has the ability. Here, Brahmin is not a caste, okay? Don't erase the regular meanings of the words you have learned. Then you will begin to learn the actual meanings. Narayana means a blue guy sleeping on a snake coil, rich woman pressing the feet. Satya Sai Baba means 5 foot 3 inches, afro haired Indian dude. All that nonsense. Erase that nonsense. They mean completely different when you are in a spiritual role. Your dictionary, the lexicon changes. So Brahmana means the one who is residing in the Brahman, the one who has the ability to be in the Brahman. And Brahman is not some kind of dude. Brahman is a state of existence. That is why Brahmacharya means the one who is moving about in Brahman. That is Brahmacharya. It is nothing to do whether you are married or not married. Hello. Huh? Chod do, ye sab chod do. You can be married and you can still be in Brahmacharya. Celibacy is a awareness. Therefore, Kasyapasya Atitihi Siddha Gamanaha Siddha Agamanaha. Obviously, Tasya Esha Bhavati. That is how it's going to happen. Tasya Esha Bhavati. Now you see, there is a concept that is laid out. How it happens is the next level of teaching. Continuation. Tasya Esha Bhavati. Tasya Esha Bhavati.
तस्यैषा भवति
आयस्मिन् आयस्मिन् सप्तवासवाः
आयस्मिन् सप्तवासवाः
रोहन्ति पूर्व्यारुहः
रोहन्ति पूर्व्यारुहः
ऋषिर्ह दीर्घश्रुतमः
ऋषिर्ह दीर्घश्रुतमः
इन्द्रस्य घर्मो अतिथिरिति.
इन्द्रस्य घर्मो अतिथिरिति.
Yes. So now iti comes. Iti means that's it. That's the end of the teaching. Tasya esha bhavati. That's how it's going to happen. How it's going to happen? Ayasmin saptavasavah rohanti purvyarukaka rishirha dirghashruttamaha indrasya gharmo atidhihi iti. That's the end of teaching. Tasya bhavati.
तस्यै तस्यैषा भवति तस्यैषा भवति
Ayasmin saptavasavah
आयस्मिन् सप्तवासवाः आयस्मिन् सप्तवासवाः
रोहन्ति पूर्व्यारुहः
रोहन्ति पूर्व्यारुह रोहन्ति पूर्व्यारुहः रुहः okay.
रोहन्ति पूर्व्यारुहः
रोहन्ति पूर्व्यारुहः. Does it go up? Ruhaha.
Ruhaha, right? Is that going up? It's not going up in your text?
Yeah, the text going up in
Ah,
this thing.
that's right. Okay. Rohanti purvyaruhaha.
Rohanti purvyaruhaha.
Ruhaha ru.
Ruhaha. Okay.
Ah, yeah.
Rohanti purvyaruhaha. Rohanti purvyaruhaha.
Your ru is not in udattama, so make sure that it is coming back to sa. Rohanti purvya ruha ruha ru om ruha pu pu purvya ruha.
Purvyaruhaha.
Hmm.
Okay.
ऋषिर्हदीर्घश्रुतमः
ऋषिर्हदीर्घश्रुतमः ऋषिर्हदीर्घश्रुतमः
इन्द्रस्य घर्मो अतिथिरिति
इन्द्रस्य घर्मो अतिथिरिति इन्द्रस्य घर्मो अतिथिरिति
तस्यैषा भवति आयस्मिन् सप्तवासवाः रोहन्ति पूर्व्यारुहः ऋषिर्हदीर्घश्रुतमः इन्द्रस्य घर्मो अतिथिरिति
तस्यैषा भवति आयस्मिन् सप्तवासवाः रोहन्ति पूर्व्यारुहः ऋषिर्हदीर्घश्रुतमः इन्द्रस्य घर्मो अतिथिरिति.
Good. Tasyaisha bhavati. We already, the following mantra illustrates how it happens. Tasya esha bhavati. What is the following mantra? A yasmin sapta vasavaha. This is used actually not in connection to that particular line. Arohanti is the correct syntax. The next one, rohanti purvyaha ruhaha. So that a syntax wise joins this rohanti. Arohana, avarohana. In music, arohana means going up, avarohana means coming down. Arohanti, arohanti, purvyaha ruhaha. So what this is going on? Hmm. So Yasmin, where that will Yasmin come? Yasmin Arohanti. Yasmin Arohanti Saptavasavaha Purvyaha Ruhaha. Tasya Saptavasavaha. Saptavasavaha. The seven, the seven, where the seven reside. Vasavaha, where the seven reside. What are the seven that reside where? Hello? The
Seven
seven,
planets.
the seven?
Suns.
Who are they?
Arogo Bhrajaf Pataraf Patanga Swarnaro Jyotishiman
विभासः
Vibhasa.
Vibhasa.
Okay, excellent. That's very good. See, makes me very happy that you are in tune, huh? You are in tune. Right. So for saying without look at my screen, you got it. Okay. Special gift. So this Yasmin Saptavasavah, where these seven reside, where do these seven reside? In Kashyapa. So it is where those seven reside, Arohanti. Arohanti. Purvyaruhaha. Purvyaha ruhaha. They not only were present from times before, but also they from times before where they are present. This Dirghashrutama will also Arohanti, will get into the same status as the seven that have been already reciting there from times eternal. So this person, this Dirghashrutama, is getting that status. That is what it means in essence. Now, Rishiraha, Dirghashrutamaha, Rishihi Iha. Rishihi Iha becomes Rishir, not Rishihi Ha. The E is missing. Rishihi Iha Dirghashrutamaha. That is another one. Highlight that so that he can fix those later. Dirghashrutamaha. Indrasya Gharmaha Atithihi Iti. Dharma means radiance. Rishihi Iha. Now, this mantra is interpreted traditionally. I will tell the traditional interpretation, but also actually what is the inner meaning of it. Here, this a rishi, it is interpreted as a rishi by name Dirghashruttama has achieved this status. That is what they usually write in the books. Rishihi iha Dirghashruttama. Therefore, they will, yes, there is a rishi by name Dirghashruttama mentioned in the Vedas, and he is born in the lineage of Angirasa, and his father is Utathya, who is the son of Angirasa. His mother is Mamata. His grandfather is also Angirasa. He is the predecessor of the Gautama Rishi family, indicating is also a significant. There is a Rishi by name Dirghashruttama, for sure. Rishihi iha Dirghashruttamaha. And this Dirghashruttama is famous for authoring several suktas in Rigveda. And one of the suktas that he has perceived is the um, oh yes, this is a beautiful what is that? Asyava miva. Asyava miva suktam in Rigveda. In that there is a mantra called Ekam Sat Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. It's a very beautiful fundamental teaching. The truth is one, and the wise perceive it many ways. That's a very famous quote. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. that particular is attributed to Dirghashrutama as the Rishi. So that is foundational mantra of unity in diversity. He was also the chief priest of King Bharata and had sons who founded regions in India such as Anga and Vanga, Anga, Vanga, Kalinga, Kashmira. All these are different regions in Bharat. And so there is definitely a rishi by name Dirghashrutama. And so what is saying? Rishiriha Dirghashrutamaha Indrasya Gharmaha Atithihi Iti. So that like that Dirghashrutama, so the way to interpret this mantra is like that Dirghashrutama, this person, the Brahmin also realizes that state of Dirghashrutama, who was not only the guest for Kashyapa, but also Indrasya Atidhihi Iti. He was also the guest for Indra and Gharmaha. He was radiant. That is the essence of what we have, what we are learning in this mantra 32 and going into the 33. Now, for this body and mind, if some rishi achieved that status, how does it help me? Hello? It's true, there was a great rishi. He's an example, and he has achieved that status. But what the mantra can also be interpreted as Rishihi Iha. Rishi does not actually mean one sage associated. Rishi means the one with this divine vision. Rishi means the one with vision. The one who has this vision. Vision of what? The one who has this vision and the capability of deep, sustained listening skills. Deep, sustained listening skills. That person, I'm telling you the meaning of it so that we can all look at it in a different way. Look at it in a way that would actually gives us a purpose of life. Don't try to imitate great people. That's the most fundamental flaw anybody will make. Don't imitate other people. Have your own self awareness, and your own self becomes the guru. And in fact, your own self is the guru. Your own self is the Atma. And that Atma really represents awareness in thought, mind, and action. So when you have this deep, sustained listening skills, which is called awareness, and what is this awareness that we are talking about? The awareness that is choiceless. You have to write down these things. Choiceless. You have to have an awareness that is choiceless. Because in your awareness, when it comes to your mind and senses, they're always making some judgment and a choice, a like, a dislike, huh? All of this kind of stuff. So therefore, that awareness became finite. It's not a sustained awareness, and it is not deep either. So when you have the ability to have choiceless awareness about what? That choiceless awareness will lead you to a status of a visionary. Then you will be a guest. You will be able to go in, go out of Kashyapa, where all the seven are residing from the beginning, and you will also be a guest for Indra. Wow, this is loaded, man. This is loaded. Some of you who have been listening to Rudrajnana Yajna and Devi Matyam would have already connected to All of what I am saying. I am not giving you what it is, but taking you to the zip code, almost to the doorstep of what that mantra is saying, but not saying it explicitly. Anybody connected at all? Yeah, Purana Shravanamla, I know people are used to listening to these pravachanams, One fellow will be talking day and night in the TV. They'll be listening. Nothing will go in. Sai Ram. Rishirhadir Ghashruttamaha Indrasya Gharmaha. He will be the radiance, have the radiance of Indra, and he will be the guest for Indra as well as Kashyapa. That is the. All right. Is it time? Yeah, it's 1 minute over. Is this the last mantra? I think this is the last mantra in this Anuvaka. Yes. Yes, this is the last mantra in the Anuvaka. But the mantra that is following is very deep. Kashyapa Pashyako Bhavati. These mantras, it will take a full class to explain those lines. Then the most famous mantra that we do, Pradakshinam to Agni, after doing a homa, that mantra is here. Agnenaya Supatharaya Asman Vishwani Deva Vainani Vidvan Yodhmasajjahurana Menaha Bhuishtantena Muktim Vidhemeti. All these people that have been doing homas regularly, uh, they should be knowing the meaning of all these mantras, not simply do these homas, wasting lot of material in fire. That's a very powerful mantra, and that is the conclusion mantra. These are the Brahmanas. This last five, about 12 lines is what's called the supreme teaching. How do we come to conclusion about this gravity and especially death? How do you win, or how do we win over or become victorious over this untimely death? It's a very beautiful supreme teaching. What to do with all this information? How do I live my life? Once I am aware, once I am aware that do I really want to come back as an insect that is coming out of sun's rays from some organic waste matter? Just think about it. Do I really want to come back as a life form that is born out of organic waste matter and then die within a few days and then come back and be reborn again and come back and reborn again? Do I really want to do that? If I don't want to do that, what should I be doing? That's what the mantra is teaching. Em Sivarama Sharma garu, Ramakrishna Sharma garu, Krishna Sharma garu. Yes. What do we do with our life? How does this lead to an awareness of life? That is the supreme teaching. There Ghashruttamo Bhavati. Okay. Yadakshara pada brashtam. Then if you want to, if you have not, if somebody has connected all the dots, you can speak after the Kshama Prarthana. Otherwise, you won't sleep and I won't sleep. No? The whole night you will be thinking, so what do I need to do? What do I need to do? He left me in the limbo. Whoever wants to come back as insects, you can drop off after the Shama Prarthana. Those that want to conquer over that, you can stay back. Now nobody will leave. Sai Ram, Jai Sai Ram. Okay, let's chant Yadaksharapada Bhashtam Madhuri, Heather Heisler. Yadaksharapada Bhashtam.
ॐ यदक्षरपरभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यः भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपाराक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व स ईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष स ईश्वर.
Harihi Om.
Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Sai Ishwararpanamastu.
Good. So in this mantra, the next mantra actually will describe who Kashyapa is. What you have been waiting for. Who is this Kashyapa? Will come next class. Who is Kashyapa will be answered next class. So then in this mantra, we are focusing on Dirghashruttama. Dirghashruttama. Dirghashruttama is the one who is deep or superior listener, long, sustained, deep listening. If you want to call it a word in Sanskritam, it's called Dirghashruttama. Mm. Dirghashruttamo bhavati. Then once you become Dirghashruttama, you will be able to be a guest of honor for Kashyapa. You can go and return whenever you want. Not only that, you will have this divine vision in which you will attain the radiance of this Indra, Indrasya Gharmaha, and also be a guest for Indra. Not the Indra where three beautiful dancers are doing Kuchipudi and Bharatanatyam. Not that Indra. Hello. Uh, yes. Yes. What does it? Did anybody connect to any of this? Huh?
Sairamana.
Uh,
I mean, while the choiceless awareness is the best thing, uh, however, I understand it's more of a transformation process. Uh, uh, however, for those actions which are already done, like without this choiceless awareness, uh, just like how that mantra 11 in Rudram says about blunting the thoughts, right? Or once the thought has come, but uh, before it hurts others or those perceptions. Um, I'm just trying to see, will that also help, at least that conscience, help in moving towards the choiceless awareness?
yeah. So Dirghashruttamo bhavati. Yeah. Let's before you go into choiceless awareness, let's contemplate on. My question is: has anybody connected to what to listen for a sustained period of time? What is it that you have to listen to?
We have to listen to the what the conscience is saying.
Hmm. Who
I was
has to
just
listen?
me as an individual.
Who are you as an individual? Okay. Dirghashruttamo bhavati. What to listen?
It's silence, Anna.
Silence. Very nice concept.
Breath.
Breath. Who said breath?
Unikrishnan.
Unnikrishna. Okay. What is there to listen in breath?
Prana. Breathing in. Soham. Swami says, listen to the breath and the concentration. And also focus on the focus.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. Beautiful, sir. Beautiful. Yes, come very close to the doorstep. What is there in the breath? What is there in the breath?
Life. Prana.
Okay. Uh, how can you listen to the prana? What is there to listen in the breath? You already answered it, but you have to come a little more deeper into that. Then we will close the chapter. What is there to listen in the breath?
There's
My
a
mind.
pattern of going up and down, the arohana, avarohana. Right?
And silence.
Okay, keep looking.
The
I
silence.
am God's voice.
Whose voice? Wife's voice. What did somebody say? Hello.
God's voice.
God's voice. What is that?
Om.
Huh?
So,
Om. Om.
Huh?
Om. Om. Om sound.
Oh, so who is it? Someshwar. Is that Someshwar who said Om?
Om. Someshwar
Ah.
only.
Someshwar only. Okay. Someshwar answered the question. Where is the Om in the breath?
Inhaling is like O, exhaling is like
A.R. Rahman. Inhaling is O. Exhaling is
like Soham. Like
సోహంలో ఓం ఎక్కడుంది చూపించరా? Yeah, you're all, please
This
go. It requires immense amount of concentration.
in the silence is the
In the silence is the Om. Oh no, sir.
between the
In the what is Soham? What is Soham as a word? What is the Padapatha of Soham? How many words are there in Soham? Sita, please illumine all of them.
Saha aham.
Saha
Aham.
aham. Saha aham. What does it mean?
Saha.
Saha
Tat.
means what?
Tat.
Saha means
That,
Paramatma.
collectively together.
that,
I am that.
not I am that. That I am.
That I
Saha
am.
aham. So in this Soham, take the Sa and the Ha. What remains? Om. In Soham, in Soham, in Soham, take the syllable, the what we call the sound Sa, and then take the Ha out, then it became Om. What is Swami's teaching that takes that Om is born? What is the bhajan? I'll give you even clue. Okay, let's disclose it. Omkaram bhava, Omkaram bhava, Omkaram bhava, Om
Manasa.
namo baba. What is this?
Manasa Bajare.
Manasa bhajare Guru Charanam. How to get to the process of listening to the Omkaram that is resonating in yourself and the entire universe. That is Dirgha Shrutama. Deep and sustained listening to the Omkaram that is resonating within yourself and the entire universe is the fundamental frequency of the entire universe is this sound called Om. The fundamental frequency associated. There was a dance program called Om, and what we are connecting to Om. Om has, they say there are 3 syllables in Om, which is all incorrect. 3 syllables are there is a very superficial listening. It's not deep, sustained listening. The Akara, Ukara, Makara, Mandukya Upanishad actually has a beautiful teaching about this whole thing called Om. There is no other supreme frequency that you have to listen to than just the Om itself, because that is the frequency that connects you to yourself and connects yourself to that which is resonating in the entire universe. Therefore, it is so ham aham saha. Saha aham saha. That I am, I am that, that I am that. That is Soham Hamsaha. Soham Hamsaha. This is what is called Hamsa Gayatri. Aham Saha is Hamsaha. Saha Aham is Soham. So that I am. So what is that I am? I am in that. In that what? Akara, which represents awakened state. Ukara, that represents the dream state. Makara, that represents the deep sleep state. And beyond that, Akara, Ukara, Makara, Nada, Bindu, Kala, Kalatita, Paratpara. 8 different states are present in Omkara, not just 3 states. Actually, what is present is called the 4th state, which is not even a state, called Turiya. What that is, that which is present in all the 3, that which is present in all the 3, but not attached to any one of them. That is the state, what is called deep, sustained awareness, that is choiceless. This is supreme teaching. Hello. You can check Arunam books if anybody has described this. Dirghashruttamo bhavati. Dirghashruttama, therefore, is not just a Rishi name. Dirghashruttama means Rishi. He, the one who has this divine vision, he is Dirghashruttama. Then what happens? He goes into this state and comes out of that state, into that state, comes out of that state as a guest. What goes and comes out? Not the state itself. The mind will go into those states and come out, and it will go take a deep dive into it, but it also has to exist in the world, therefore it comes out. When AUM, Om, when you reverse it, it becomes Uma. Therefore, Soma. It is Soma. That which came from Sa become Soma. So Soma, Om, Hanuma, all these beautiful names of gods. Hanuma, Kamakshi, Ganapati, all those point out only to that state of deep, sustained awareness that is choiceless. None of those names actually simply mean Kamakshi means some lady sitting in a place, nothing like that. And this topic of Omkaram is is an incredible self awareness tool. Omkaram is the self awareness tool. And this Om is that in which you will be going into I am, coming out of that I am that, that I am that. Going in is that I am, coming out is I am that. That is what's called the guest. Going in, coming out, going in, coming out. I am that, that I am. Is there any coming and going? Hello. Hello. Is there any coming and going? Kasya pasyatiti siddhagamana siddhagamana. Sakhalvaivam vid brahmanaha dirghashruttamo bhavati. Kasya pasyatiti siddhagamana siddhagamanaha. Indrasya gharmaha. Now who is this Indra? Who is Indra? No, I said Indra is definitely not the guy before whom three damsels are dancing all the time, Kuchipudi and Bharatanatyam. That's not what the Indra is. Who is Indra? Please, Sita, you know, you should know
Brahman.
this. Huh? Sita is silent today.
The one who is the
And
Brahman.
who is
Brahman.
Brahman? Indra. Who is Indra? Brahman. Idan
the one who
dravayati,
is the
idan
one who is the
dravayati,
master.
idan
Iti Indraha.
dravayati Indraha.
I
Idam
didn't realize I
dravayati.
was muted.
Ah, okay, you were saying that. Okay. Idam dravayati iti Indraha. That which is observing everything is called Indra. Therefore, that is the Indra. Indrasya dharmaha atidhihi iti. That is who is this Dirghashrutama. Okay, is that clear? Have you all turned into PhDs? Permanently head damaged? ఏమి అర్థమైందరా ప్రభాకర్ ఏం అసలు యు లుక్ డేజ్డ్ ప్రభాకర ఏ వినపడట్లా ఐఎమ్ లిజనింగ్ బట్ ఐ క్యాంట్ హియర్
మోస్ట్లీ అర్థమైంది మేడం.
వాట్ ఈస్ ఇట్ ద మోస్ట్ అంటే 90%? ఏది అర్థం కాలేదు 10%? I'm not asking to put you on the spot. I'm trying to, because these sessions are not about one guy speaking and the rest of them are all just listening as if they're listening to some pravachanam. For that, there are other people that do pravachanams. This body is not about pravachanams. It's nothing to do with display of knowledge or mantras or tantras, all of that gimmick. That's called panditya. Fluently chanting all mantras and poems, and that's a great blessing. But that's not what this body and mind is about. It's all about together, collectively trying to get there, not individually. If I have to get there individually, I don't need to waste all of your time. I don't want to waste your time. Please know this. If you feel that you are only here to learn some mantra, you are wasting your time. But if you truly feel that we are on a collective journey of seeing together, being together, listening together, learning together, that's where it matters. So one person is left out. Arey yaar, this is too much, I just cannot get it. Mission failed. One person feels I got there 50%, the rest of it is gibberish. Mission failed. Yes. What is the 10%? Prabhakar, what is the 10%? You said 90%, 10%.
That Soham, I haven't completely understood.
Oh, Soham means that I am. I am that. Soham, Hamsaha. Aham, Saha is Hamsa. Aham means I am. Saha means that. Aham, Saha. Reverse that I am. That's all it is. Then the next question is, what is that? Isn't it? in this two, this Soham and Hamsaha, there are two things. I am and that. I am that I am. Are there really two things? There is only one thing, no? Then why we are mentioning it as two things, not one thing? That is the next mantra. We'll get into that in the next set of mantra. Next Saturday, Sunday, both will have the sessions. Hopefully, we'll complete this beautiful teaching about the death, and then we will come back to life after that. From Anuvakam 9, we'll be back in life. Death thing is over. We have gone past it. Swami chose to these 3 weeks just to focus on death, just to come over death. That's all. It is a completely His grace. Why will it time like that? Only He knows. And so that is, if you really think that it is all our somebody's plan and all of that stuff, there is nothing like that. Everything is happening in this divine grace and blessing and flow, whatever you may want to call it. Then you become a guest for that. Indrasya gharmaha atidihi iti. Then you will be given what is required. What will a guest do? You go to somebody as a guest, you will get exactly what you need when you need, and then you don't stay there, you come back. You are atidhi. Hagum sassuchishat vasurantariksha saddhota vedishadatidir durona sat nrishat varasat ritasat vyoma sat abja goja ritaja adrija ritam brhat. This is the beautiful mantra that is chanted in Mahanyasam with Bhruvor Madhyaya Namaha as the Nyasa, where we are talking about 9 different sats, existence, presence, existence or presence, sat. 9 sats come in that mantra. So similarly, this presence in that, presence, things will happen. Sometimes you feel, hey, is that that cannot be a coincidence. That is already destined, pre-planned. You just happen to be in that stage, in that state, and the presence will tune into that exact state wherever you are. If that makes sense. If it makes sense, you're lucky. If it did not make sense, it is also lucky. Okay, Kotu, Chapani?
Sairam.
Sairam.
So when you say listening to the Om, I mean, it doesn't mean that audible sound of Om, right? You're talking about the subtle vibration of in the awareness. Is that right?
No, I didn't make any choice there. But if I made a choice, then it is called, how can it be called choiceless awareness? You are, yeah, sir, it is a trap, right? I mean, just immediately you can see the trap. Oh, I made a choice. I should make a choice only to listen to the silence and not the sound. That means what? Then what happened? You made a choice, no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't make such choices. Just be aware. And in the bhajan, where is the Omkaram born? In the bhajan that Swami has given to the world, which is the most supreme teaching and the essence of all the scriptures. Manasa bhajare gurucharanam. Dustara bhavasagara taranam. Who is he addressing that bhajan to? Kotu, who is he addressing that bhajan to?
So Guru.
He is addressing the bhajan to Guru.
Bhajare Guru Charan.
Who is he asking to do the bhajan?
The mind.
Manasa. The whole bhajan is addressed to the mind. Manasa. Bhajare Gurucharan. Not to the Guru. That's what I kept saying. Guru doesn't need to listen to your bhajan. In fact, he grew hair over his head not to listen so clearly to your bhajan, to filter it out. భయంకరంగా పాడుతుంటే singing horribly, he grew hair over his ears so that he can filter it out like Bose filters. He doesn't need to listen to your bhajan. He is saying, oh mind, get hold of the feet of this supreme master. Then the end stage you will receive, oh mind, is Omkaram Bhava. Omkaram Bhava. Omkaram Bhava. Om Namaha Baba. That is the most, that is what he's tuning the mind to get to the state of the Omkaram that is already present there. You are now tuning into it. And when you tune into it, the mind is in complete tune with that. Tune with what? Not just the silence. Hello. Not just the silence. The silence in the sound and the sound in the silence. The silence in the sound and the sound in the silence. Yeah. This is all sounding like Nityananda now. Okay. Is there silence in the sound?
Yes or no?
Yeah. Is there sound in the silence?
Yes or no?
Yeah. That's called Soma. Namas Somaya Rudraya. Okay.
Anna,
Yes.
just going back to that question. So, when I am not attentive of this awareness, and when actions happen, and that is perhaps 99% of the times in the day for me. So, referring to that mantra where blunting those thoughts or making those actions, does that help in going?
Chandrasekhara, you keep saying that when I am not aware of, so the way you guys are thinking about it, you have to look at it in a different perspective. What is present is only that, right? You are calling as I am not aware of that. There is nothing called I am not aware of that. Awareness is always there. Okay. So when you are doing something, right, you are calling it as I am away from my awareness. That's the way you are looking at it. But when you are doing something, in that action itself, there is awareness.
Yeah, when I'm not attentive of that is what I'm saying.
How can you not be attentive of that if it is already there? You are already what you are trying to say is again separate, saying that I have to somehow become aware of that. Somehow become aware of that. But what you have to look at is that is the one that is existing. You being in the action is the temporary thing. The permanent thing is that awareness only. When you're doing that action, what do you say? I am doing that. Is the I am there before doing or not? Now, when you're saying I am not aware, in that I am not aware, is there I am?
I am is there.
Okay. Okay. When you're using the sentence, I am not aware, you are saying I am, but you are saying not aware. So in that context, who are you referring that I am to? You have identified that I am with something. So therefore, you are attributing that I am to the mind, and you are saying I am not aware. But actually speaking, I am is there, even in not aware.
Right.
So never say that I have to somehow go to that state. There is no becoming into that state. That state is always there. And in fact, that is the only thing that is there. That's why it's called that which is present through all the threes. That which is present through all the three. What are the three? Awakened, dream state, deep sleep state. That which is present through all the three. That's why it is called Tripura Sundari, the beauty that is present in all the three. Trivikrama, that which occupied all the three states. Tripurantaka, that which dissolved all the three states. Who didn't know the word Tripura, Tripura Sundari, Trivikrama, Tripurantaka, or Tripurari, are those three individuals. That which is present as the beauty in all the three states is Tripura Sundari. That which is occupying all the three is called Trivikrama. That which ends all those three states is called Tripurari. So when I am not aware of that, when you're saying, when I am not aware of that, yes, it's a beautiful saying by a mother from the village I come from originally. She used to say the profound Mahavakya, Prajnanam Brahma. She used to say, if Prajnanam is Brahma, how can Ajnanam not be Brahma? Prajnanam is Brahma, Ajnanam is also Brahma. So in that state I am called, I am not aware, I am is present. The moment you come to that, then there is no state in which that I am is not there. So what is moved away from that I am? What moved away from that I am?
The mind is moved away.
Your thought has moved away, moved you away from it. So hrutsthale manasvasthita yuta bhakti yoga bodhascha nishchitam. Can you, just like Bhagavan explains this very beautifully, just like a dancer who has, especially in Kuchipudi and all of that stuff, they put a lamp on the head of the dancer and they'll have the feet are on a plate. The dancer is dancing on the plate with the lamp that should not fall from the head. She is dancing. The feet are dancing. But where is the awareness? On the lamp.
Yes.
But are the feet not dancing? They have to dance to the tune. So therefore the feet are nartaki, the head is reverse it, kirtana. Nartaki, kirtana. It's the same thing. Maya, yama. Maya, yama. Hello. Just pay attention to the words. That is awareness. Vasi, Shiva. Vasi, Shiva. All this is beautiful. I'll close with that. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayanta Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishah Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की